Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the kickoff day of the 2025 Volleyball League of America Men's Tier 1 regular season. It is match number 2 of the day, the last and final match of this opening event, a shorter event than many of you might be used to, but we got a banger for you, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Icemen take on the Milwaukee Dive in the Milwaukee Dive's first ever match of official Tier 1 VLA play. A big portion of this offseason storylines are the promotion of 3 new teams to men's VLA Tier 1. Tier 1 growing from 8 teams to 11, and with Milwaukee getting promoted, we've created the new North Division. Right here, the North Division, the Chicago Icemen, the Milwaukee Dive, and the Chicago Swede. Very regional, very compact, very historic, very fun division that we kick off with here the 2025 season. Looking forward to this one. These two teams have played a lot of volleyball before against each other in the past, but this one now finally as Tier 1 division rivals. My name is Rob St. Clair. Thanks for joining us live from Chicago, Illinois. This is the JVA Chi-Town Boys Challenge. This is a junior nationals qualifier, big event at the McCormick Place Convention Center in downtown Chicago. Huge thanks to the JVA for having us at this event. They're a great longtime partner of ours at the VLA. We're excited to be here, excited to be in front of some great crowds and kick off the season in style. The Chicago Icemen started off their season with a very convincing 3-0 win over their crosstown rivals, the Chicago Swede, just earlier this morning. This will be the season and Tier 1 level debut for the Milwaukee Dive. The Icemen in dark blue on the near side of your screen. Milwaukee Dive from just about an hour and a half north of here, in white and light blue on the far side of your screen. Starting lineups are in. It will be Jack McGuire at the setter position for the Icemen. 2 new guys at the left side for the Icemen, and Ethan Klosak and Rich Hoff. Griffin Shields will be the opposite. Parker Swartz and Scott Sawicki will be the middles. Colin Merck will be the libero. We'll get to the Milwaukee starting lineup in just a moment. We are underway. Best 3 out of 5 sets. Regular season action. And the first kill of their Tier 1 existence, the Milwaukee Dive. Worked a long time to get to this point. It is Andy Ellingham, number 21 in white, the middle blocker out of Concordia, Wisconsin. Sends Jake Oberbrunner, number 22, back to serve. Jake's set for a lot of VLA teams, including the Milwaukee Dive. Great jump spin serve. And a nice feed. Jack McGuire gets Parker Swartz in the game. Both Swartz and Ethan Klosak, who passed that ball, those 2 guys for the Icemen, coming over to the Icemen in the offseason, both playing for Swede last year. So some Chicago crosstown intra-divisional transfers this offseason, which are interesting. Another new face for the Icemen serving here, Rich Hoff, an explosive young outside hitter out of George Mason, immediately forces an overpass, and Klosak taps it down. Heard a lot of promising things about young Rich Hoff, number 8 in dark blue, serving here. Excited to see his VLA debut right in front of our eyes. As part of the Icemen's attempts this offseason to bring in new blood and get a little bit younger on average. Mission accomplished with guys like Hoff, Klosak, Swartz, McGuire. Great service pressure there. First swing of the match for E.J. Johnson is down the line and out of bounds. No, that ball's in. That ball is inbounds right on the sideline. It's an outstanding swing. The Milwaukee Dive franchise, founded in 2022 by Chandler North, who's number 10 in white. He's the captain of this Milwaukee team at the outside hitter spot. Chandler won a VLA championship with the Chicago Icemen in 2021 before founding this team in his home city of Milwaukee. Nice grab by Tommy Kleiss, the libero. And now out of system swing for Griffin Shields. He comes back and makes a blocking play. Scramble rally is on here. Great look in transition. Johnson on the right side into the block and gets his own rebound. Shields blocked and covers himself. Klosak finally ends the rally on the roll shot through the block and down. Yeah, plenty of history to talk about between these two teams. Chandler North wins a Tier 1 championship with the Icemen in 2021, then founds the Milwaukee Dive in 2022. Promptly gets to the Tier 2 championship final and loses that one to Swede, as Swede got promoted at the end of the 2022 season. These two teams actually played in the VLA Cup semifinal in 2022, with Milwaukee winning that match. Milwaukee been to the finals of several VLA Cup Series tournaments, but haven't won one. But have racked up so many points and have played such high-level volleyball throughout their now 3 years of existence that it has finally resulted in their promotion to the top level of the league, as we've got a crazy long rally again here. Big part of Milwaukee's identity. That is a back row setter call against the tall setter Jack McGuire. That ball was in the plane of the net, and Chandler North was fully within his rights to go up and get it. Big part of Milwaukee's style and their identity is influenced by the grass volleyball game that so many of them play in Wisconsin. They're so scrappy. They like to extend rallies as long as possible. They will always touch balls. They will always make smart choices. They might lack the firepower that the Icemen are used to having and also playing against, as Klosak puts that ball down on the left side there. But Milwaukee is an extremely difficult team to score against. It's just a different style than a lot of teams see. Milwaukee likes to extend the match, extend the rallies, make you play their style, and just keeping the ball alive as long as possible. This Icemen team playing their second leg of a back-to-back. After a 3-0 win this morning, and they were able to exchange out 5 of their 7 starters. It's a huge luxury to have so much talent, so much depth. That is an awesome run right there. Tall setter Jack McGuire, number 12 in dark blue out of Dominican. Good Division III program here in Chicago. One-hand feed to Scott Sawicki, who did play the earlier match and was unbelievable, especially in the blocking game. That ball is a little bit underset to the middle. Connor Lilly couldn't get that one past Sawicki. I'm not sure if that'll count as a block or not. It may as well. The Dive starting lineup: Jake Oberbrunner at setter, EJ Johnson at opposite, Chandler North and Alec Redlick at outside hitters, Connor Lilly and Andy Ellingham in the middles, and Tommy Kleist at libero. Keep an eye out for Griffin Shields, big number 13 in dark blue for the Icemen. Longtime Icemen opposite, but grew up in the suburbs here in Chicago, but now lives in Milwaukee. Plays a lot of local ball against these Milwaukee Dive guys. Ooh, Chandler North slipped on his way in to attempt to attack that back row attack ball in transition. I like the set choice from Oberbrunner, just bad luck. North just lost his footing. Can't say enough about Chandler North, not only his game and his evolution after playing all 3 hitting positions in his collegiate career at Marquette and then settling an outside hitter, but his game on the grass and his work that he's done organizationally building up this Milwaukee Dive franchise. No double contact call on that ball. We'll talk about that. It turns into a Jack McGuire throwdown. As the common saying amongst the league goes, no doubles in the VLA. No double contact calls in this league. As long as the ball is played in one continuous motion, the ball stays on your side of the net. As long as that happens, it doesn't matter how it comes out of your hands. No doubles in the VLA unless you're sending it over the net. Nice triple block there. Parker Swartz in the middle of it. The middle blocker out of Ball State, number 14, will get credit for the block against Alec Redlick, but set up pretty nicely with McGuire and Hoff. You see the flexibility and the versatility that Milwaukee has right now, bringing EJ Johnson, who's lined up at opposite, into the passing pattern, number 33 in white. So Redlick, the outside hitter, is chilling on the left sideline right now. On his left sideline, doesn't have to worry about reception. It's nice when you have basically a universal utility player in Johnson that you can play at any position. Heck of a serve by Sawicki. Redlick will challenge the triple block again. Sawicki's there defensively. The pineapple is touched barely by Kleist, but not able to be kept alive. A miscommunication between, I think, Oberbrunner and Johnson. So close first set early. Now the Icemen, their lead is 5, 10 serving 5 the score. Ball a little spatchy off the right hand to Scott Sawicki, not perfect hand contact. First look at Connor Lilly from the service line, number 15 in white, the middle blocker out of Carthage. Very good Division III program in southeastern Wisconsin. And he puts some service pressure on and gets a free ball back for his team. Oberbrunner to Ellingham, and he throws that ball through the block and down. So part of the conversation we were having earlier in the Chicago Crosstown game, Icemen versus Swede, was about breakpoint generation and how Swede struggled to string together points on their serve and generate pressure in different areas, just make the Icemen uncomfortable. And this is a different Icemen lineup, but I do think the choices the strategic strengths of Milwaukee to try and get points on their serve are definitely different than a lot of other teams. They're not going to get a lot of stuff blocks, and they're probably not going to get a lot of aces, but they will dig so many balls. The difference is, can they turn those digs into offense in transition? Nice scoop by Merck, beautiful dig, and that ball is still alive. Pretty good rescue. But a free ball chance here for Redlick, who tips it down the line, and another loss of footing. Interesting, we didn't notice that this morning. A couple guys slipping. That time it was McGuire on defense, not able to get in front of him to that off-speed shot. Here's Oberbrunner, and you'll sense a theme here. One of many Milwaukee guys, an outstanding player on the grass. Really good grass 3-on-3 player. Wow, that is a pretty looking swing by Rich Hoff. I like what I'm seeing from this kid early on. Hoff back to serve. Overpass forced by North. Klosak, a bit of a tricky swing. Down the line, pretty good scoop by Oberbrunner. There's some of that Milwaukee defense we're talking about. North tries to initiate the recycle, but a good block touch by Swartz makes it unable to be covered on the Milwaukee side. Another block for the Icemen, a big strength of theirs in the early going on the season. Through just over one full match, averaging a whole lot of blocks so far. That is a disgusting ace serve by Rich Hoff. Just nasty side-to-side movement. And I believe a timeout from Milwaukee is coming, and yes it is. 14-8 the score early on. What an impressive start for the Icemen on home court. Out of the timeout, Chicago leads pretty convincingly so far, 14-8. Rich Hoff heating up from the service line. Pretty nice pass there by North. Redlick on the right side, blocked and covered. Ellingham in the middle, blocked and covered as well. Redlick again, scoop by Merck. Hoff not quite able to chase it down. McGuire comes back, can't make the pancake play. So Milwaukee does get out of that rotation. Now they'll make a couple of substitutions. This is interesting. So we got number 40, Evan Solomon, coming in. I think. Yeah, Solomon, number 40, is in to set and serve. And number 9, Cam Muller, is in at opposite. So a bit of a 6-2 switch. A little double sub action here on the Milwaukee side. It's Parker Swartz with a kill in the middle. Oh, no, never mind. This is not a true 6-2 switch. Solomon's in for Redlick to pass at kind of the outside hitter position. So Oberbrunner's still in as the Milwaukee setter, and Muller is in, I believe, for Johnson. Yeah, it would have to be for Johnson at the opposite position. So Milwaukee using some of that versatility on their roster and their multi-talented players to put some wrinkles in as far as substitution patterns. Pretty good serve down the line there by Ellingham. And a really smart flat shot by Ethan Klosak, a player that I've just loved watching in the VLA for several years. He's been playing for the Chicago Swede. This is his first match for the other Chicago squad, the Icemen here. But you could argue that Klosak might be pound for pound or inch for inch one of the very best players in the league. Only about 6 feet tall, as a 6-rotation outside hitter who can really do everything. Speaking of doing everything, man, Scott Sawicki, his start to the season in just over one full match has been nothing short of ridiculous. His blocking impact, his serving and attacking, it's just amazing. He looks awesome out there, number 22 in dark blue out of Lindenwood. Pretty nice shot down the line by North. Merck is able to run it down by the Icemen bench, and Hoff sends over a free ball. North again, this time against a one-on-one, and he gets the tool off the block of McGuire. The Icemen wanted the touch off of North on its way out of bounds. I don't think I saw that. And now Johnson will come back in for Muller. So Muller is done for the set, given the substitution rules here in the VLA and elsewhere internationally. Something that we talk about in the VLA a lot is the learning curve of how it takes to structure a team and just be organized with roster management and just put together a plan for an entire season. It's a long season, it's a lot of events. Now Milwaukee is no stranger to this. They've played a lot of ball in this league, as that is a 4 contacts against the Icemen. I think the Icemen wanted a net violation, but apparently the 4th contact happened before anybody on Milwaukee touched the net. Anyway, to finish that point, Milwaukee, no stranger to the VLA, no stranger to the format, but they will have to figure out how to play an entire Tier 1 schedule. All the regular season events, they'll play the North Division Cup, they'll play the VLA Cup to try and earn a spot in the playoffs to play for the title. That is an awesome swing by Griffin Shields on the right side. Our major tournament schedule for the 2025 season is set, by the way. Check it out on the VLA website and on Instagram at VLA Volleyball. Make sure you follow the league everywhere we're at online. I think our playoff date is set as well. I think it's May 31st, June 1st-ish weekend down in Cincinnati, Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, another tool off the block of McGuire. Redlick gets away with it this time, trying to challenge McGuire's right hand. And it's only a matter of time until that turns into a stuff block, but Milwaukee using the block to their advantage to try and get some points here inside out. Now Lilly serving. I like this aggressive hybrid that he's got. Kind of a two-handed toss with no spin. Hits it with a bunch of spin, but that time nowhere close. Not a great pass by North. Out of system swing from Johnson. Effectively a free ball here. And Hoff on the left side did get the touch. Okay, yeah. Initially not called, but admitted to by the block and detected by the up official. 21-13, a pretty convincing set 1 performance here from the Icemen. Tipped into the block of Shields, covered. Klosak runs that ball down. Now a transition chance for Milwaukee. North out of the back row, dug by McGuire. And a stuff block, look at that. Nice right hand by Andy Ellingham. Shuts down Shields and gets that one inside the sideline. Some signs of life from Milwaukee here. Nice pass by Hoff. A beautiful scoop by Oberbrunner. That's an outstanding defensive play. But Redlick swinging for the deep cross-court corner, just misses it out of bounds wide. And that right there is Milwaukee's key to victory. They will dig balls like that, maybe better than any other team in the league. But can they score points off of those opportunities that they get themselves on defense? Man, Hoff looks really good from the service line in his first VLA match. That is somehow saved by Redlick. That's an amazing play. And Klosak hits it out of bounds. Wow, Milwaukee steals a point after the impressive rescue from Alec Redlick by the down officials stand. Likely not going to be super consequential in the scheme of this match, as the Icemen are 3 points away from winning the set. But a pretty nice play. Hoff diving, gets that ball off the tape. That's a pretty sweet play as well. Oh, no way. Oberbrunner digs that ball with his shoulder. And now the scramble is on for Milwaukee. North gets his own rebound blindly somehow. And Swartz. Love the choice to go up and block that ball. Ellingham standing on the ground, tried to set it over backwards, and happened to find Parker Swartz waiting. That was an interesting rally. Swartz with a pretty nasty hybrid serve of his own. Handled pretty well there, but now a transition look. A lot of one-hand setting attempts by Jack McGuire. That one a pretty good one, but tipped down the line out of bounds by Klosak, an uncharacteristic miss. Ball very dangerously close to my camera. Missed out of bounds. That'll bring up set point Icemen 24-16. Almost an ace serve. Stabbed that pretty well by Redlick. Now North cross court. Really nice defensive play. Can Klosak turn it? He recycles. Smart choice. Now Shields for the set out of the back row, off the head of the blocker. That is in play. That never touched the ceiling. Somebody touched the net there. I don't know who. It was Chicago. So a set point is saved. What a crazy block touch that was. I think that went right off the head of Connor Lilly. Straight up in the air and never touched a thing. So that'll be a Milwaukee point. Yeah, 17 serving 24 for E.J. Johnson. Klosak out of the offense. Sawicki blocked by Oberbrunner and gets his own rebound. Wow, what a stab by Kleiss. That's an awesome dig. Klosak to finish it, and finally he can tip in that ball down the line in front of Johnson, and that will do it. A convincing set one victory for the Chicago Icemen, 25-17. See what kind of answers Dive can come up with in this set change. Don't have a lot of potential personnel changes. Got to execute a little bit better in block defense and transition. But if there's one team that's capable, it's Milwaukee. They are classically very good at coming back and winning set number twos after dropping set number ones. Let's see if they can pull it off this time. I wanted to thank you all once again for joining us live on the VLA YouTube channel. My name is Rob St. Clair, live from Chicago. It's a pleasure to put on this event in my home city and kick off the 2025 VLA season in style, the first of many, many events. Big offseason for the league, adding 3 teams to men's tier 1, adding so many teams at the men's tier 2 level that we had to add men's tier 3. which is incredible. We've got now 3 full levels of men's play on the VLA side, a little more structure at the Tier 2 level, adding the North Division, adding all the tournaments that are associated with that, expanding a lot on the women's side as well, a lot more teams popping up all over the country. So it's going to be an awesome season. I know it's not 2025 yet, but this is a very good way to start us off with one of our great sponsors in the JVA to partner with at this event. A bunch more coming up on the calendar. The West Division Cup in San Diego the first weekend of January will be a big one. Then all the teams will hit the ground running with their season shortly after that, once the new year rolls around. Hi, Jake. Shout out Jake Oberbrunner. Always good to see him playing at this level. So set number 2 ready to go. Milwaukee in white on the near side, Chicago in dark blue on the far side. Milwaukee needs some answers. Love the activity in the chat. Alex Fahn, a VLA super fan who we love, knows a lot about both these teams, and I agree with his point. He says props to Chicago's service pressure blocking. And yeah, Dive isn't built with the physicality to challenge the Icemen block. That's why they're going to have to do it on defense. I completely agree with that assessment so far. Look at that play. My goodness, a slide. Parker Swartz behind the setter off 1 foot and destroys that ball down the line. That was sweet. You don't see that super often in the men's game. That was fun. Nice setting by McGuire. He'll go back to serve. Encourage you all to get active in the YouTube live chat, by the way. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Pretty good dig by Johnson. Wow, that's amazing to keep the ball alive here from Milwaukee, but they can't really score out of it. Can they do it now, though? Another stab by North to keep it alive on defense. Shields missed it out of bounds. And that ball, no, that ball is touched by Ellingham. Just on his fingertip on its way out of bounds cross court. Yeah, it's been kind of catch a break there. This is exactly what it takes to play against Milwaukee. You have to be patient. You have to expect them to touch and dig every conceivable ball. Most balls that most other teams would not dig, Milwaukee does. That is a good recycle. That is a good cross-court swing. That's textbook Milwaukee volleyball right there. Really love watching E.J. Johnson play in the indoor game. He's so good on the grass. And just like all of his skills that can be used at so many different positions in indoor 6-on-6. You see him, like he's, actually it looks like in this set, I think they may have moved their wings around a little bit. Yeah, they have. So Milwaukee now is lining up North and Johnson at outside hitters and Redlick at the opposite. So Johnson and Redlick switching where they line up, still trying to use their versatility on all the wings. And Redlick there swings off the block and out of bounds. Milwaukee having some success tooling the outside hand of Chicago's wing blockers. Here is Ellingham, the middle blocker out of Concordia University, Wisconsin. Beautiful pass by Klosak. Ooh, but a misconnection in the middle that fired in quick gap set to Parker Swartz. Wasn't exactly where he needed it. Ball ends up out of bounds, and a point for Milwaukee to tie us up at 3. Perfect pass again, and pounded on the left side by Ethan Klosak against the one-on-one. Klosak and his setter McGuire, longtime teammates at Dominican University, where they both now currently are assistant coaches, if I'm not mistaken. So that setter-hitter chemistry, very important and very much on display now in Icemen uniforms. Swartz misses that, serves out of bounds. case you didn't tune in this morning, we have a new volleyball in play this VLA season. Huge shout out to our new partner Franklin and the FS Premier Volleyball. It'll be the official ball of the VLA this year and beyond. Good swing there by Sawicki in the middle. The guys have gotten the ball in their hands this preseason, been playing with it for a couple months now. Still though, in like real live game speed action, there is an adjustment to a different volleyball. Just the way it behaves off the hands, the way it behaves off the platform, how it responds to spin. Perfect ball there by Johnson. Blocked by Oberbrunner. Hoff runs it down. Shields is there, right on top of the net for Sawicki. Gotta have this if you're Milwaukee, and they don't yet. Good defense. See, Oberbrunner's going to take a swing at this. I love when setters get a chance to swing, but doesn't work out for Dive that time. Oh yeah, big shout out to Franklin. Another piece of a big offseason for the VLA was inking that new partnership and renewing our great partnership with Novice Clothing Company out of upstate New York, our apparel provider since, I think, the 2022 season, if I'm not mistaken, and it was great to renew that contract with Novice. They've been an awesome partner for the VLA, outfitting so many of our teams. They outfit all 11 men's Tier 1 teams, a huge percentage of the other teams on the men's and women's side, so shout outs to Novice and their continued partnership with us. Chandler North, the Milwaukee captain and fearless leader in many ways, putting on some good service pressure. Klosak against a big block, and that's more like it for Milwaukee. Lilly and Oberbrunner shut it down that time. Started with some pretty good service pressure. That's a little more like it for breakpoint generation for the Milwaukee Dive. Milwaukee named after the dive bar culture in the city of Milwaukee. I love their uniforms, just outstanding. So many like subtle nods to some of like the nightlife in Milwaukee. You got the dice, the dartboard on the back of the white jersey. You got the pint glass on the back of the blue jersey. Got the gold, the part of the Milwaukee flag. That's a really good looking piece of identity for that city. So big fan of Dive's identity and branding. Wow, that was an interesting play. Lilly jumped super early and hung in the air to get a hand up on that ball. Then North tried to send it over to Shields, but came up short into the net. You can kind of already see like the Milwaukee style influencing how this match is going. If Chicago had their way, they would just be flying around and banging balls as hard as they can this entire match. But just something about playing against Dive and the way that they can defend just changes what you do in your offense for one reason or another. And that a nice swing by Johnson against the one-on-one facilitated by Oberbrunner. See what Lilly can do here from the baseline. What's going on there by the Icemen bench? Is Ethan Klosak bleeding on his hand? Yeah, I think Klosak is receiving some tape on his right hand on the Icemen sideline right now. I don't know if there's any blood involved or if he just jammed a joint or something like that and needed some support, but looks like that's what's going on. Yeah, looks like Klosak needed some tape on his right thumb, and now he's good to go. It's good to see. Good to play on now as Connor Lilly serves. Milwaukee in a one-point hole, hanging around here a lot better in this set. It's a good question in the chat. How many North Division tournaments will there be this season? I don't exactly know their regular season schedule. If we don't have that on the website already, we'll post it very soon. But it's one of the great things about this new North Division is that the three teams are so close to each other. Like 2 in Chicago, 1 in Milwaukee, like geographic proximity, that they can play more events with less matches per event. A lot of you are used to a nice play out of the back row there by Shields. A lot of you are used to these regular season events where we play 6 matches in 2 days. Each team plays 4 matches. This event, only 2 matches total. Icemen play the back-to-back, but Swede and Dive play 1 each. Because these teams are so close, they can get together more often. They can play less matches when they do get together, so allows for a little more flexibility in the regular season schedule. As for the cup tournaments, we will have 2 separate cup tournaments. One for the North Division, I believe that will be in Madison, Wisconsin. And the other for the Central Division, I think is going to be in Northeast Indiana somewhere, maybe at Loy Ball's facility in Angola, where we've hosted a lot of events in the past. I don't know that for sure. I think that information is public, so go check on our schedule. We will have 2 distinct Division Cup tournaments for the North and the Central Divisions. It's a good question. Ooh, that ball's got to be sent over, and it is. McGuire to close that out of the back row, right into the chest of North. That back row quick or Bick combination play, popularized in the early mid-2000s by the national teams of hopefully Brazil and the United States in particular, the first to really do it. Now just a mainstay in high-level offenses all over the world. Great dig by McGuire, right on top of the net for Hoff to take a swing at, but another amazing defensive play. What else is new for Milwaukee? Ooh, weird scramble there. Merck, the no-look, sends it over. So much confidence and a straight-down stuff block. Look at that move. Look at Rich Hoff. This kid is flying to start his VLA career. Number 8 in dark blue, Rich Hoff. A name I heard a lot about coming into this season, and he is flashing in this first match. Out of system swing coming here from Shields and finds space between the 2 blockers. If you heard me chat with Dave Hancock after the first match this morning where the Icemen took down Swede, he talked about the Icemen attention to detail in the way that they practice out of system offense. They're really, really intentional about getting every player on the court comfortable with setting out a system. That's super important when balls are dug, to be able to set the ball accurately from anywhere. Just give your high ball hitters enough options to get the ball high and make choices in relation to the block. I think that's something that Chicago does really well, and it comes from good intentional practice. Free ball chance here for Milwaukee. Ooh, not a good set there by Oberbrunner, a rare mistake, and it's right into Shields' lap, who's able to throw it down. Nice rip by Johnson cross court against the one-on-one. We'll see if Dive can get the middle attack involved a little bit more on the offensive end and first ball side out. I think that's something that Swede struggled to do against the Icemen this morning, and it just made the Icemen's blocking game a little bit more one-dimensional and allowed them to exert that physicality a little bit more. Got to keep them honest with some quick middle attack on occasion. Long rally here. Pretty good footwork by Hoff to get inside of that ball. Now Shields just has to send it over. Flat cross-court swing by North, somehow dug by Merck. And the rally continues. This is pretty classic for these 2 teams. Another slow down block touch. Shields blocked, covered again. Hoff through the block and finally down in front of a diving Johnson. Giving the people what they came here to see. We got a pretty good crowd on hand. I mentioned this morning that we just love running this style of event where we show up at a big juniors event. In this case, a JVA boys qualifier. Boys, girls, whatever age group, doesn't matter. We love being a part of a big volleyball event where people from all ages and geographies and whatever, they can see VLA volleyball firsthand. A lot of these people may not have ever seen guys of this level play 6-on-6 volleyball before, especially not in person. Just really cool to get that opportunity, give the guys some fans to play in front of, increase the league's visibility. It's just been a good format for us for a long time now. 15-9 the score in Chicago's favor after the Milwaukee timeout. Milwaukee's done a decent job hanging around. They've made plays in first ball side out. They've made plays in defense, but closing gaps, erasing deficits, I think is going to be a difficult part of this matchup, although that timeout helps as they get the service error by Hoff. Ellingham keeps that serve in play. Klosak up quick, blocked and covered. Good coverage again on the Chicago side. Nice high swing. This is a great chance for Milwaukee. Gotta have this. They don't have it yet, and the block coverage play is made, but then the second contact falls to the floor. That is more Chicago blocking physicality. Griffin Shields will get credit for that one. Ooh, I thought that serve was going to trickle over the tape. Parker Swartz has become pretty renowned, at least in this area of the VLA, for that disgusting hybrid serve that he has. Goes 5-5 a lot of the time with some really funky spin. It's pretty nasty. You don't see serves like that all that often. That one just came up a little short. Wow, that ball is destroyed. What a run by Chicago. Scott Sawicki just looks incredible today. I am so impressed. Scott's been such a good player at this level and other levels for such a long time. Had a successful overseas career for a few years, been playing at high level in the States for a long time, but he looks as good as ever to start the 2025 season. Ooh, did North get the fingertips there? I don't think so. Maybe it's that new dad strength. Congratulations to Scott and his wife Alexa on the birth of their son Carter a few months ago. 18-11 Iceman. Shields having himself a pretty good match. Another block touch by Sawicki. Oberbrunner initiates the joust, then poked over by Sawicki. Now North will have a swing. Nice stab by Shields with one hand. And no block up there against Klosak. That's a mistake, I think, tactically, not to expect an aggressive shot there from the Icemen, leaving open space. Shields again, speaking of good overseas careers, spent some time playing in Germany in the top league in the Bundesliga. Gets a lucky ace there that trickles off the tape and falls in front of libero Tommy Kleist. A lot of guys with a lot of volleyball experience. One of the cool things about the VLA is so many players from so many places, so many backgrounds, so many different volleyball career paths. And all they all have in common is that they just want an opportunity to play good ball. And we've got that for them. Out of system practice here for Klosak. Chopped down the line. Can North get some footwork in transition? He can. That ball is in, played by Johnson. Oh my goodness. Yet another Scott Sawicki stuff block, read like a book. To shut down Connor Lilly one-on-one in the middle. Just Sawicki is everywhere right now. And another timeout from Milwaukee. They trailed by 10. It was tight early in this set, but it got out of hand pretty quickly on the Milwaukee side. Very much looking for some answers in their Tier 1 VLA debut. Regardless of the result of this match, just so awesome to see the growth at this level. VLA founded by 5 teams back in late 2019, early 2020. We had the COVID pandemic shortened season, which only featured 4 teams in 2020. Then 5 teams in Tier 1 in 2021. It grew to, I think we got it up to 8 in 2022. A little bit of shuffling around, 8 more in 2023 and 2024. Now Tier 1 all the way up to 11 teams for 2025 in 4 divisions. It's just awesome. The growth at every level. Shields serving out of the timeout for the Icemen. Redlick off the block and out of bounds. Dive having success attacking the outside edges of the Icemen block on both sides of the court. Controlled serve there from North. Beautiful run. Oberbrunner asking about back row attack, and it is. It is a back row attack violation. It's going to be Milwaukee's point. Rich Hoff just barely stepped on the attack line. So well spotted by the Milwaukee setter to steal a break point. I do like that choice, though. I wonder if McGuire goes right back to it. And setter dump attempt. Man, it really pays to have a setter who's every bit of 6'5". Jack McGuire out of Division III Dominican here in Chicago. And we got really every level, every collegiate level represented, every volleyball background represented. NCAA Division I, Division III, NAIA, NCVF Collegiate Club very much represented. Chandler North is an all-time superstar as a collegiate club player at Marquette. We got guys that didn't necessarily play volleyball in college at all. I think E.J. Johnson, that's the case, and he's a tremendous volleyball player, so a lot of opportunities to play good ball no matter what kind of volleyball pedigree, quote-unquote, that you come from. That was a bit of a traffic jam on the Chicago side as Evan Solomon comes in to serve and grabs a break point. I like that service choice. You got the sort of stack situation on Chicago's right side with Sawicki over there in position 2. And if you serve the ball short over that way, like towards Klosak, it can really create some confusion for just where people's bodies are. And instead that time he serves it right at the libero's hands, and that's what you get. When you serve at an elite libero like Colin Merck, who is tremendous, more often than not, you get that ball right back down your throat. (23-15). Sawicki trying to serve this set out in style. Good pass by North. Johnson high. What another good one-handed dig by Shields. He's had a couple of those today, but he comes up short on the swing out of the back row. Chicago trying to match Milwaukee's defensive intensity. High controlled shot there by Hoff. North makes the defensive play and takes a swing. Excellent hustle. Good chase down by Klosak. Redlick off the block, and Hoff couldn't quite find it. It bounced straight up in the air. Off Swartz's hands, I believe. And another break point for the Milwaukee Dive, hanging around here on Oberbrunner's serve. Wow, look at that cross-court angle from Rich Hoff, maybe assisted by the tape. It gets off of the chest area of Johnson and falls down, and that brings up set point Chicago. Jack McGuire starts at setter. This match is playing great. Will have the honors. There's that middle attack we've been looking for. I like it. Ellingham off speed in the middle is a very underrated choice. He's kind of got some power tips, some throws, some short tips, some swing. I like mixing it up in the middle attack. You don't see that super often, and it works really well, especially to find spaces between blockers. But still comfortable spot here for Chicago. And Johnson gifts them the final point they need to go up 2-0, 25-18 in set number 2. Another very convincing performance by the Chicago Icemen, who are now 5-0 in sets to start the 2025 season. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? I'm Rob St. Clair. I'm sorry, not the best camera view of all time. We're struggling with one of my cameras. Autofocus isn't working, so we're working with what we got. But I wanted to pop on camera in between sets and just thank everyone for watching and just build some more excitement about the 2025 season and just all that we've grown and built around Tier. We talked about some of it already. The growth of men's Tier 1 all the way up to 11 teams, adding a 4th division, adding men's Tier 3, adding so many teams across the board, and extending and continuing and adding some new great partnerships. I wanted to give you all a pretty good look at this. Check this out. Yeah, here we go. This will be the new volleyball of the VLA, the Franklin FS Premier. Got the VLA branding on it, the red, white, and blue colorway. We're not using it yet, but we're going to roll them out real soon. This will be the ball that we play with all season long. Men's and women's, you'll be able to buy it. You'll be able to get it with the VLA branding on it. I haven't played with it much myself yet. I love the way that it feels, and we've gotten really good feedback from the players about it. And we've just gotten a lot of enthusiasm from Franklin about the partnership, about promoting the ball itself and just the reach that the VLA has and how many places in the country we are that this ball is about to start showing up. So big thanks to Franklin for their partnership this offseason, and be on the lookout for where you can get yourself one of these if you're interested. And again, shout out to Novice Clothing Company. They hooked us up with some new gear this season. They got a new logo. They got a little rebrand. There they are. Shout out to Novice. Those guys are the best. They've been a huge partner for the VLA this offseason. We appreciate them very much, making all of our teams look great. If you have a junior volleyball club and you want to outfit your teams with Novice gear, we can certainly help you do that. So get in touch with us. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Thanks for being a part of the 2025 season. We're looking forward to a very full calendar, lots of events covering the whole country, men's, women's, tiers 1 through 3. Going to play a lot of ball between now and June of 2025. So we're excited you're with us. Looks like just about ready for set number 3. Set number 3 ready to go here, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Icemen looking to complete the perfect weekend. This is the last match of the weekend, but will this right here be the last set of the weekend? Does Milwaukee have an answer to Chicago's just consistent pressure, control, and physicality? Good block by Swartz in the middle to start things off. Pretty good reaction by Merck as well down the line to make a defensive play there. Shields is blocked. Wow, Ellingham comes out of nowhere to get some hands up in front of that cross-court swing, and Milwaukee is on the board first in set number 3. No lineup changes for either team, I think. Looks like Johnson still on the left side and Redlick still on the right side. Excellent swing down the line there by Shields. And now we all get the treat of watching Rich Hoff serve the volleyball. He's been super dynamic and impressive in his first VLA match of his career, but particularly from the baseline, been a firework. Let's see what he's got. Another good one. And that ball is stuffed straight down. Swartz rejects Redlick. Saw somebody in the crowd just now put up 2 fingers as if to signal a double. Those of you who are familiar with the VLA level know that we don't call that in this league. No doubles in the VLA as long as the set is done with one motion and it stays on your side, and that is not staying on anybody's side. A rocket ace serve by Rich Hoff off the chest of E.J. Johnson. Hoff going down the line this time, man. His arm action is really nice. But Johnson bails him out. I think that went right through the arms of Klosak and off of his head and out of bounds. And now we do see an opposite substitution. This is interesting. I was wondering if we might see Cam Muller a little bit more, and now we will. The lefty out of Marion University, program up in Wisconsin. Good dig by Oberbrunner. Oberbrunner takes a swing out of the back row. Love that. Ball maybe a little overset. Klosak gets his own rebound. Beautiful move by Johnson. This is Milwaukee at its finest. Can North capitalize? He can. That ball dug by Merck, but it's not coming back. That right there is Milwaukee dive to a tee. Dig every ball possible. Chuck up a high ball. Make a good choice. And hope to walk away with a point, and Chandler North does. That is very nicely done. 3-3 here early on in the third. And number 3-3 serving. Ooh, miscommunication there on where that back row attack was going to be run in space, but Milwaukee can't capitalize. What on earth? Merck with a one-handed free ball pass. Chicago's sideline laughing because Merck didn't even need two hands to put a platform on that free ball. Yeah, whatever. One hand, who cares? Here is Swartz, ready to unleash a patented hybrid serve. Kleist handled that one pretty well. First swing from Muller. Welcome to the VLA, my friend. Good luck hitting against Scott Sawicki. Wow. Another stuff block for number 22 in blue. Ooh, North cross court just inside the block of Sawicki. Off of Swartz and out of here. Cannot say enough about the evolution of Chandler North's game. I played against him for years in college. First he was a middle blocker, then he was an opposite, then he was finally an outside hitter. He's only about 6'1" maybe, played all three of those positions. Crazy smart, crazy skilled, then added very good reception and backcourt defense to his arsenal late in his career as Shields gets up high for that ball. Chandler North is a baller and is just the perfect identity piece that Milwaukee builds who they are around. But at the end of the day, you can't teach height, and Griffin Shields has got that and a heck of a lot of skill. Ace serve right on cue. Griffin Shields looks great today. Chicago area native now living in Milwaukee. Pretty good touch there by Sawicki against Lilly in the middle. Can Shields turn it? Not yet. Nice dig by Kleist. Ooh, that ball sent over by Muller, and it works out for him. Don't think Chicago was expecting that ball to come over on two. Otherwise, Hoff might have been able to make a defensive play, and now Muller, after that point, will go back to the bench for Redlick. So Muller is now done for the set. Substitution rules internationally that we use in the VLA as well. If you start on the bench and then you come into the match, then you go back to the bench, you are done for the set. What a dig by Kleist. That's awesome, and it almost scores. Shields rejected by North. Look at Milwaukee, man, doing their thing. What they do best is dig balls miraculously. That was an awesome run to Rich Hoff out of the back row. Kleist just stole it from him, and then North paid it off with the stuff block. Love to see it. Nice feed. That is such a good run. Jack McGuire a little off the net. Shot that ball over his right shoulder to the gap to Sawicki. That is beautiful. To be able to have the middle be a threat from further distances off the net for the setter to just increase the radius of what is a perfect pass. It's huge for high-level offenses. Good cross-court swing by North. Just textbook. Sawicki, yeah, he's talking about his hand positioning. Maybe considering dropping that left hand a little bit more, or having Merck move a little further back on the cross-court defense. We'll see. Another quick fire into Sawicki, and the wily veteran laughs as he tips that ball over for the score. Hey, Scott.
Hi, everybody at home. Hopefully the serve goes well.
You heard the man.
Anybody can do that
too. There you go, Scotty. Keep that ball in play. And quick to the middle, Lily off the block and out of bounds. Alex in the chat, couldn't have said it better. Such a luxury to have Jack McGuire as your second setter in addition to Sunil Thomas, because they're both incredible. And yeah, you're absolutely right. One thing that the VLA format promotes with, like, very intentionally is we set up the format to promote depth. If you have more great players that you can use on your team, look at that right on cue. Jack McGuire with just a throwdown. If you have more depth, more great players, so that you can elongate the lack of, like, keep the fatigue factor away from your team. Elongate the season, elongate the stamina with more great bodies. The VLA format rewards that, and the Icemen have that depth for sure. Ooh, Redlick out of the back row. Pretty good stab by McGuire. Nice chase down by Klosak. Shields able to take a swing at it. Now we got what looks like a little bit of offense. Hoff, though, slowed down and dug. Redlick out of the back row is dug. Klosak out of the back row. Finally, he pinballs it in between Redlick and North, and a very long rally, one of the longest of the match, comes to an end with the Icemen on top and leading by 3, 11-8. This is right about the point in each of the two previous sets where the Icemen have pulled away. A couple long runs. Misconnection in the middle, easily dug. Now Shields with a chance to score. Nice slowdown touch, though, by Johnson. That ball is alive, but it couldn't be rescued. Terrific block touch by E.J. Johnson. I think he got the swing to score it there at the end as well. Beautiful pass. Such a good pass, and then just dominated down the line by Griffin Shields. I think that was Hoff reaching to his right who passed that ball. That was really nicely done. Very scary moment right here for Milwaukee, trailing by 3 and facing a lethal server. But they get a break as Hoff misses the contact on that ball. Wow, Ethan Klosak elevates. Told you he might be pound for pound or inch for inch one of the best attackers in the entire league. 6'0", going up high for that ball. Here is Swartz. Pretty good pass. Redlick blocked by Klosak and covered. North blocked by Shields, straight down on the sideline. And I mentioned it earlier that the dive was having success in tooling the outside hand of the Chicago blockers, but eventually Chicago is going to figure that out and put one of those inside the sideline, and Shields did right there. Wow, yet another shutdown slam by Scott Sawicki. My goodness, is this man playing great ball right now. Timeout Milwaukee, 15-10 in the third. This match is in danger of slipping away, and the Icemen are closing in perhaps on the perfect 6-0 set count start to the season. out of the timeout. Dive needs to retake some level of control right about here. And they have a scary server to do it against. Ooh, I like that cut by Swartz. What a great choice. What a time to whip that one out. Milwaukee not expecting that whatsoever. Couldn't have done it any better. What a changeup by Parker Swartz. 16-10 Chicago. That was awesome. I love that serve. Then you go back and rip it, as you're supposed to do. Unfortunately, came up short that time. That's textbook. Get the receivers on their heels by hitting the ball hard, drop one short in front of them, and then hammer the next one. Scott Sawicki having a great day. Must be skills from his mom. Patty, I couldn't agree more. Can't wait to see you at one of the events this season. Excellent high swing by Klosak. Milwaukee there on defense, and they turn it. Nice shot down the line by Redlick. Okay. That is textbook Milwaukee dive volleyball right there. Good three-man block touch, perfect defensive positioning, and they turn it into a point on offense. They need more of that. That one won't exactly help. (17-12) Chicago. What a pass by Johnson. That's so good. Ooh, nice block touch, though. This is basically a free ball. Sawicki in the middle of that ball, a little bit underset, and Lilly there on the blocking game. That is a good adjustment by Milwaukee to make Connor Lilly, number 15 in the middle, stay in front of Sawicki wherever he goes. Follow your guy and front him. That's a blocking strategic choice, and it worked out very well that time. Helped by the slightly underset ball. Good pass there by Merck off the tape. And Oberbrunner trying to fling that one down on the second contact. He missed it out of bounds wide. Klosak's first match in an Icemen uniform going pretty well right now. We'll see if he can help his team push it over the finish line. Tight pass. Oberbrunner deals with it. Wow, what a piece of improvisation that is. A one-handed flick from McGuire to Hoff, who I think jumped off 1 foot to rip that ball down the line. Really impressed by number 8 in dark blue. What an excellent piece of depth at a needed position for the Chicago Icemen. A great offseason pickup. A serve! Right on the sideline, Ethan Klosak. Beautiful. Look at that right to left hooking movement. It is 20-13. Might be time to call this one, ladies and gentlemen. It looks very much like the Chicago Icemen are going to start this season perfect. That is another ace serve. 2 in a row for Klosak. North couldn't chase it down by the up official. 21-13, timeout Milwaukee. Their last gasp, potentially, of the match. Stick around after this one wraps up. We will hear from one of the Icemen players, assuming that they are able to close this out. I love hearing from players immediately after the match. But then this is the last match of the weekend. Could be the last set of the weekend right here. It looks at this moment like it will be. So just a little appetizer for you all to kick off the season. We'll be back in a lot more places, a lot more formats. We've also, if I'm not mistaken, we've got the East Division Cup qualifier going on right now as well this weekend on YouTube, so there'll be a lot more matches. Klosak, 2 aces in a row. Can he make it 3 out of a timeout? No luck this time. Good ball by Johnson. Redlick going down the line off like the back of the tricep of Hoff, I believe. So a much needed kill for Milwaukee. If they're unable to complete one of the more miraculous comebacks we've ever seen, they will head back up north an hour and a half or so, regroup, and figure out how to retool with a little more firepower to come back for the rest of the regular season, but they certainly will. Ooh, Hoff sliced off a very ambitious angle that time. wasn't able to find the court. North trying to go down the line there, and the spinner comes up short. 3 points away for the Icemen. Here's Scott.
Rob looks really handsome today.
Oh, thank you, Scotty. It's very nice of you. Okay, I like that. Scott says that if he makes his first serve, the chat gets to pick his zone for the second serve. So get your ideas in pretty quickly. And he misses it long. What's such a shame. Scott just trying to get the crowd involved. I like the engagement effort, though, Scotty. I think Scott may have earned himself a post-game interview here in a couple minutes. 16 serving a 22. What a pass by Hoff. Wow, wide open net slide. I love that run. You've seen that actually. Swede ran it once. The Icemen have now ran it 2 or 3 times today. And it's produced a lot of one-on-one or one-on-none looks. Your blockers aren't expecting that play very often at all. Chicago 2 points away. That one thrown down in the middle by Ellingham. Shields, high contact point, great diving play by Kleist, beautiful pancake. Merck there as well for a dig of his own. Now Hoff rolled, Kleist is there again. North out of the back row, dug by Merck. It's a libero battle here in this rally. Johnson makes that play. Redlich, did he get the fingertips? No, he did not. Just out of bounds, but really good work by both liberos. But that does bring up match point Icemen, I believe. Is it 24? 24-17, yes. Rich Hoff with the honors. Served the ball amazingly well today. Look at North, leaving him a lot of space down the line if he wants to go there. Pretty good adjustment by North off the tape. Redlich to keep the match alive is stuffed straight down. Shields and Swartz. And the Chicago Icemen, 6 sets up, 6 sets down. They come in here to McCormick Place in Chicago, and they walk home perfect on the day to start the season. 6 sets won. Wow, say that 3 times fast. 6 sets won, and 6 points in the standings for the Icemen as the 2025 season is officially underway. Chicago takes down Milwaukee in this one, 3-0. Good work by all 3 teams that produced some fun volleyball today to kick off the 2025 season. A lot more coming this year for the VLA. Stick around. I hope you all have great holiday seasons. And we will be back with much, much more volleyball in January. But first, I will hear from Scott Sawicki himself. Talk to the people a little bit?
Do you want me to?
I would love you to. We're right there. Here, come a little closer for me. You can hold. You can even hold this beautiful volleyball, the official one with our logo on it and everything. Yeah. Product placement. Scott Sawicki, congratulations. It's a new season, and you just went 6-0 in sets. Pretty good couple hours of work. Am I right?
Pretty good couple hours. Guys have been in the gym working hard, and this is just a testament to the hard work we've been putting in.
You told me before the first match this morning that even after all these years you've been playing at this level, you kind of got the little preseason butterflies last night. What's like the reason for all the excitement coming into a new year as long as you've been doing this thing?
It's just a lot of new faces. We had a kind of revamped Icemen team. I'm sure you've seen it. We got some new faces in the gym, and just kind of creates that new excitement, like a new school year almost.
Yeah, very much like a new school year. I love that. Some of those new pieces, we got to see a lot of Icemen guys today. It's the beauty of playing at home and getting a lot of bodies. Stone Metz, Rich Hoff, Parker Swartz, Ethan Klosak. Icemen getting a little younger than I'm used to seeing them, which might be nice. But what'd you see from your new guys, and in some cases their first match ever at this sort of a level?
We saw a lot of really good things from all of them. I mean, look at Stone being big and physical. We're working with him on all of that, and it shows. Richie's been rock solid for us, kind of some young blood on the outside, which we had some issues with last year, so nice to get guys like Kyle, his old ass a rest, excuse my language. And Ethan coming over from Swede to the light side, seeing the force, and we're happy to have him in his ball control. Pound for pound, the best player in the VLA.
I said that on the broadcast a couple times. I'm happy to hear it catching on.
Oh, it's a known fact. And then Parker obviously giving us some more middle depth, and watching him do his one-footed slides got me beat in that department too, as we saw. So just nice to see some fresh blood and give us old guys a little bit of life for another season.
How about yourself in the blocking game today, man? I mean, the Swede match in particular, but several in this one. You look like you're moving and seeing the game as well as you ever have. What's going on in your blocking game right now?
Just the savvy veteran plays. I might not be jumping as high or moving as fast, so you got to use your eyes and your brain to kind of read situations, and luckily my pin hitter set me up for success there.
Yeah, you got a lot of pretty good pin blockers that inspire a lot of fear, especially in that first match. Got some big dudes, got some fun ball. Just like, give me the level of excitement for the year, and what's the ceiling for this Icemen team in your opinion?
I mean, with the Chicago Icemen, the expectations are championships. We want high expectations. That's where we always want it to be. We want everybody's best match, and we're going to give it right back to you. So where we think we can go, I think we can go as high as we want to and as high as we work. So I guess we'll just have to see. I think this morning was a good testament. We had a really high-level match with big guys. We had a much scrappier second match with some scrappy dive team over there. Shout out to them and Swede. But all in all, I think we showed our range as a team here and being able to play both styles. And I think if we keep putting in the work and staying healthy, we'll be just fine this year.
Last thing, new dad strength. Congratulations, first of all, you and Alexa on baby Carter. What is your son going to think about when he looks back at this film years down the line when he's playing at this level potentially?
Well, I'm going to make fun of him because all he's been doing is staring up at the lights this whole time. But hopefully he just saw his dad work hard, be energetic, be happy to be out here with his teammates. As again, volleyball doesn't last forever, so just trying to enjoy it with my teammates.
It's fun to be back, buddy.
Great to see you, Robbie.
Great to see you too. Have an awesome season, my friend.
Hey, you too. Great to see you.
Have an awesome season to you all. It's great to be back. We'll be back with a lot more over the next several months. Thanks to Scott Sawicki. Congrats to the Chicago Icemen on the start today. You'll see a lot more coast to coast from the VLA the next several months. Thanks for watching.
It does get a little crazy. I gotta go. What's your name? Eric. Zach.
I was just talking to Eric about VLA and how it works. I've looked online.